The year is 1945. The place? Egypt, Nag Hammadi. Brutal heat. A man bent over the dirt. His name? Muhammad Ali al-Saman. His job? Farmer. His problem? He needed fertilizer. He swings his pickaxe into the ground. 1, 2, 3. And then a sound that isn't right. Not stone. Not wood. A hollow sound. He digs faster. A red clay jar comes up. Sealed. His hands start shaking before he even understands why. He breaks the seal. In that instant, the world goes still. What spilled out of that jar wasn't dust. It wasn't treasure either. It was time. 1,600 years of it. Compressed, silenced, sealed shut. The smell of papyrus, of old leather, and something else underneath it. Fear. Muhammad leans in. 13 leather-bound books, tied with cord, caked in desert dust. But underneath the dust, a truth. Whoever buried these books was so afraid someone would find them one day that they didn't burn them. They buried them instead. Think about that. You bury something because part of you hopes it surfaces again. You burn something when you want no trace left, when you want it gone for good. So why didn't they burn them? Because they wanted them found. That jar went into the ground around 367 AD. The order had come from the top, the Church of Alexandria. Burn them, the order said. These books are heresy, blasphemy. Most monks obeyed and fed the books to the fire, but one didn't. He wrapped the books in linen, sealed the jar, walked out into the desert, and as he buried it, he whispered something. When the time is right, may it rise. May the one who deserves it find it. For 1,600 years, no one heard that prayer. Not until 1945, when a farmer's pickaxe struck the ground, and a man named Muhammad, without knowing it, reopened humanity's lost file on creation itself. The year is 367 AD. The place, Alexandria. The Mediterranean is boiling. 40 years earlier, the Roman Emperor Constantine had legalized Christianity. Now, religion is married to the state. But there's a problem at the wedding. Too many guests, and no single bride. Over 50 different gospels are circulating. Some say Jesus was married. Some say he was never crucified at all. Some say there are two gods, not one. Every church reads differently. Every village understands differently. Chaos. And Rome does not tolerate chaos. The Bishop of Alexandria, Athanasius, sits at his desk, quill in hand. He's writing his 39th Easter letter. Inside it, a list. The 27 books we now call the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the letters of Paul. And underneath a note, anything outside this list is not holy. Do not read it. Do not keep it in the churches. The order is clear. The state needs one religion with one voice. Many voices means rebellion. The order reaches Egypt. Upriver, along the Nile, stands a monastery founded by Saint Pachomius. Inside, hundreds of monks. On their shelves, leather-bound codices, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the secret book of John. Texts they'd been reading for 300 years. To them, these weren't forgeries. They were Jesus's hidden teachings, words meant for those ready to hear them. But a new age has begun. The bishop has called them heretics. Soldiers are on the road. The monks gather at night. No one speaks above a whisper. The head monk takes a jar, red clay, fired hard. They bind the books with cord, wrap them in linen. 13 codices, 52 texts. They walk 10 kilometers from the monastery to the base of the Jabal al-Tarif cliffs. Desert, burning sand, silence. They dig. They bury the jar. No tears, no fear, only a whisper. Father, when the time is right, may it rise. May the one who deserves it find it. Then they cover it with sand. No trace left. By morning, they're back at the monastery, dutifully reading the books on Athanasius's approved list, playing the part of obedience. But 2 meters beneath the surface, humanity's other story of creation has gone to sleep. So why these 27 books? And why were 52 others buried? Politics. Pure politics. What do the 4 chosen Gospels have in common? Jesus' body, his suffering, his blood, his sacrifice. That story needs an institution to hold it together. A priesthood, a concept of sin, a system of confession and offering. Control, in other words. What does the Gospel of Thomas say instead? The kingdom is within you. Lift the stone, and you will find me there. No church required. What does the Gospel of Philip say? You know God by union, not by an intermediary. What does the secret book of John claim? That the God of the Old Testament isn't the true God at all, but a lesser, ignorant being. Picture Rome, transitioning into a new official religion. What does a population need to hear? That there's a Father above who punishes disobedience and demands submission. What do the Gnostic texts say instead? The Father is within you. You don't need Caesar. You don't need a priest. Which of these 2 stories builds an empire? Which one starts a revolution? The answer is obvious. One went on to sit on a throne. The other went into the ground. So stop and think. The book you've held, read, or were taught in school, that book isn't simply scripture. It's the record of a vote cast in 367 AD. The losing side's ballots ended up in Nag Hammadi, and what they lost wasn't a theological debate. They lost the entire account of where we come from, because the Gnostic texts tell you this: the universe you live in wasn't made by the Father. It was made by a flawed, lesser being. You grew up inside that creation, but the spark inside you came from somewhere else, somewhere deeper. And Jesus, in this telling, came to remind you of that spark. This knowledge sat under the sand for 1,600 years. Why? Because a person who knows this doesn't need a church, doesn't fear a king, doesn't fear death, can't be controlled. That's why it was buried. 3 books, though books undersells it. Leather-bound codices, page after page of papyrus, written in Coptic, the last breath of the ancient Egyptian language, spelled out in Greek letters. The physical copies date to roughly 350 AD, but the texts themselves are older, written somewhere between 120 and 300 AD. That's the same window the 4 Gospels you know were written in. These weren't later fabrications. They were competing accounts, written at the same table, in the same era. One side won. The rest went into the ground. 52 texts in total. The names alone are striking. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Mary, the secret book of John, the reality of the rulers, the dialogue of the Savior. Every one of them branded forbidden, branded heretical. 1,600 years in the sand. Woken up in 1945. The scholar who led the first full translation, James Robinson, called it the most significant archaeological find since the discovery of the New Testament manuscripts themselves. That's not an exaggeration. The most jarring of all is the Gospel of Thomas. No crucifixion, no resurrection, no miracles, no birth story, just 114 sayings. Jesus speaks. The disciples mostly listen. One line reads, "If those who lead you say, 'The kingdom is in the sky,' the birds will arrive before you. If they say, 'It's in the sea,' the fish will get there first. The kingdom is inside you and outside you." Another, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring it forth, What you do not bring forth will destroy you. Where's the church in that? Gone. Where's sin? Gone. Where's the priest? Gone too. No intermediary. A direct line. The Gospel of Philip goes even further. True union happens in the bridal chamber, a line the institutional church read as scandalous. But the symbol wasn't about sex. It was about the soul reuniting with matter, light reuniting with darkness, the forgotten half of yourself coming home. And then there's Mary. After his death, Jesus appears to Mary Magdalene and shares secret teachings with her. Peter is furious. Did he really tell her, and not us? Jesus' answer, according to the text, the Spirit has no gender, written around 200 AD and somehow ahead of its time. So here's a question worth sitting with. Jesus has lines you've never heard, spoken, recorded, but never handed to you. Thomas's Jesus doesn't say go to church. He says know yourself. Philip's Jesus doesn't say go to confession. He says enter the chamber. John's Jesus doesn't say worship me. He says remember the Father. 3 sentences capable of dismantling a 2,000-year-old institution. The priest goes out of work. The cathedral empties out. The whole economy built on fear collapses. Rome understood this. Athanasius wrote the list. The monks buried the books, and the entire system rests on a single sentence. You're incomplete. We will complete you. The Gnostic texts say the opposite. You're already whole. You simply forgot. 2 sentences, 1,600 years apart, and 1 clay jar sitting between them. This is where the story breaks open completely. We open the secret book of John. Page 1. In the beginning, there is the Father. No name, no gender, no time. Indescribable. Pure light, pure silence. From the Father, the first thought emerges, Barbello, and then wisdom. Sophia. Sophia wants to create something on her own, without the Father's permission. The universe's first act of, I'll do it myself. And it goes wrong. A being mixed with darkness falls downward, shapeless, blind, lion-faced, serpent-bodied. His name, Yaldabaoth. Child of chaos. The first thing he sees is himself. No one else around. He shouts, I am God. There is no other God but me. He's ignorant. He has no idea what exists above him. Sophia, ashamed of what she's made, hides him in a cloud and withdraws. Yaldabaoth looks down. Emptiness, darkness, and he begins to create stars, planets, matter, and helpers for himself, 7 archons, each ruling over a celestial body. Then he says, let us make man. Why? Because he's heard a voice from above, the Father's voice, and it makes him jealous. Yaldabaoth molds a man out of clay, but Adam doesn't move, a lifeless statue. From above, the Father takes pity, secretly breathes a spark of his own breath into the clay. Adam comes alive, and in that moment, Yaldabaoth is terrified, because there is something inside Adam greater than himself, a fragment of light, a piece of the Father. He moves quickly, puts Adam to sleep, which, in this telling, is really an act of shutting down consciousness. Then he builds a garden. Stay here, he says. Don't touch that tree, the tree of knowledge. Touch it, and you die. Why that tree? Because it belongs to Sophia. Whoever eats from it wakes up. It's a tree of awareness. And in some Gnostic texts, it has another name underneath. Zoe. Life. The serpent arrives. The institutional church calls him the devil. The Gnostic texts call him a teacher. The serpent tells Eve, if you don't eat, you'll die. If you eat, your eyes will open. Eve eats. She gives some to Adam. Both wake up. They realize they're naked, meaning consciousness has arrived. Not shame, awareness. Yaldabaoth loses his mind. He throws them out of the garden, punishes them. Labor pain, sweat, death. So ask yourself, who's really being punished here? The one who woke them up, or the ones who woke up? Now go back and read Genesis with fresh eyes. There's a single portrait of God on the page. Jealous. You shall have no other gods before me. Angry, raining fire on cities, demanding sacrifice and blood. Telling Noah he'll wipe out humanity. Commanding Abraham to kill his own son. Looking at that portrait, the Gnostics, 1800 years ago, asked a simple question. Does this describe a God of infinite love, or something else entirely? The answer is yours to decide. According to the Gnostic texts, this universe is the work of a flawed creator. That's why it's broken. That's why there's suffering. You're filing a complaint with a manager who didn't build the company. He's just the one running the prison. The texts go on. After death, there are 7 gates, 7 interrogations. At each gate, an archon asks, "Who did you serve?" If your answer is no one, the cycle resets. You forget. You're born again. Start from 0. Is there a way out? There is, but it comes from an unexpected place. Sophia is remorseful. She plants signals inside people. Dreams. Déjà vu. That nagging feeling. Why does this place feel wrong? To the Gnostics, that feeling is the vibration of the spark, calling from the Father. Some people follow that feeling and start asking questions. If God is love, why does hell exist? If God is all-powerful, why do children starve? To the Gnostics, that question is the first step of waking up. The institutional church said, "Believe." The Gnostics said, "No." And for 300 years, that got them hunted, fed to lions, their books burned. Because the God they described doesn't call you a servant. He calls you family. Says, "Remember, you're already home. You just lost the way." We've covered Yaldabaoth, but who gave birth to him? Whose mistake was it? The Gnostic texts point to one figure, Sophia, the first feminine principle after the Father, living in the fullness of the realm of light. But something stirs in her. Could I create on my own? She wants to be unique. Without the Father's permission, without a partner, she tries to produce something by herself, and the universe's first accident happens. Out of her comes Yaldabaoth, shapeless, blind, ignorant. Sophia is horrified by what she's made. Ashamed, she hides her child in a cloud of light, casts him downward, and remains above, weeping. This is where the whole human drama begins. The institutional story tells you, we fell because of Eve. The Gnostic story says something different. Long before Eve, a goddess fell, and her fall is the opening page of our story. While Sophia weeps above, Yaldabaoth builds a universe below. A remorseful mother, a tyrannical son, and caught in between, us. What were you taught in school? Jesus died for humanity's sins, bought us back with his blood, rose again after 3 days. Believe, and you're saved. Clean, tidy, systematic. There's a church, a priest, a ritual, a collection plate. Now open the Apocalypse of Peter. Same scene. Golgotha, the cross, the crowd. But the camera angle is different. Peter stands off to the side. On the cross, a Jesus is screaming in agony. Then Peter looks up, and above the cross, slightly higher, stands another Jesus, smiling, alive, at peace. He looks down at the suffering figure and says, "These men are torturing a blind man. They don't understand. They cannot touch my real body. What they've nailed up is only a substitute." To the Gnostics, the crucifixion is theater. No ransom, no blood debt, no real suffering for the true Jesus. So why did he come at all? The secret book of John answers in Jesus' own words. The Father sent me because sparks of light were trapped in Yaldabaoth's prison. Sophia's children had forgotten who they were. I came to remind them. How does he remind them? In saying 114 of Thomas, "The kingdom is within you." He continues, "When you make the two into one, when inside becomes like outside, then you will enter." He isn't condemning the body. The body is a temple, but he's reminding you who actually lives inside it. Philip adds, "True rebirth happens in the bridal chamber, a symbol of the soul reuniting with matter, light reuniting with darkness, the lost half of yourself coming home. Know yourself," Jesus says, "and you will know everything." No school required, no diploma, no middleman, direct knowledge. Gnosis, a direct line. Now here's the crux of it. You have two different Jesuses in front of you, both from texts written in the same era. The first one says, "Believe in me, or you will burn. You're born in debt. You live guilty. You need a savior." The second says, "Get up. You weren't born guilty. Remember, no debt, no middleman, direct connection." Why were the Gnostics hunted? Why were they burned? Why were their books buried in the desert? You can find the answer in the history of every empire that's ever existed. A person who feels guilty can be governed. A person who feels free starts asking questions. And questions break everything. That's why one teaching took the throne, and the other went into the ground. Let's widen the lens. Judaism, Christianity, Islam. This isn't about which faith is right or wrong. It's about politics, the same politics we've been tracing all along. Look at Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah, the Zohar. There's a concept there, Ein Sof, the indescribable, infinite light, the true Father, with emanating powers beneath him, the Sephirot. That system isn't chasing Yaldabaoth, it's chasing the Father, which means the mystical undercurrent of Judaism is drinking from the same well as Nag Hammadi. Even the prophets felt this tension. Hosea writes, "I desire mercy, not sacrifice." This internal argument is 3,000 years old. After Jesus' death, two paths opened. The first, Paul, a Roman citizen who never met Jesus in life, sees a vision on the road to Damascus and writes letters afterward. Jesus is the Son of God. His blood washes away our sins. The church is his body. Faith is required. The second path, Thomas, Mary, Philip, people who knew Jesus while he lived, saying he taught secret things. Know yourself. The cross as symbol, not ransom. No middleman, no sin. Knowledge instead. Which path did Rome choose? Obviously, the first. Paul's politics. Why? Read his letters. Pay your taxes to Caesar. Submit to the state. What does Thomas say instead? Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give God what belongs to God. Give me what belongs to me. What belongs to me? Rome didn't care for that sentence. In 367, Athanasius wrote his list. Paul's letters made it in. Thomas's sayings were burned. The losing texts went to the desert. The winning texts went to the palace. Simple as that. The Quran in Surah An-Nisa 4:157 says, "They did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but it was made to appear so to them." Scholars have debated that verse for 1,400 years, many reading it as, "The crowd believed they'd crucified him, but God raised Jesus up instead." What does the Apocalypse of Peter say? The Jesus above the cross is laughing. They crucified a substitute. Two texts, two different centuries, telling, somehow, the same underlying story. Coincidence? Or knowledge surfacing independently in different deserts? Look at Sufism too. Al-Hallaj stands in the public square and declares, Ana al-Haq. I am the truth. The crowd doesn't understand. The religious authorities call it blasphemy. They flay him alive. Look at Nasimi. I do not fit into this world. The world does not fit into me. I am not flesh. I am light. They cut out his tongue, saying the same Gnostic idea in a different language, in a different century, and paying the same price. Because the system stays the same. You are incomplete, we will complete you. Sufism, like Gnosticism, answers, you are already whole. Remember, think about which institution that sentence threatens. The mystical heart of all three faiths whispers the same thing. Look inward. Thomas, the kingdom is within you. Sufism, what you seek is within you. And in all three, the institutional layer flinches at that whisper. Because an institution survives by convincing you that you're incomplete, that you're guilty, that you owe a debt. Gnosis says, no debt, no guilt, no middleman. That's why it was erased, burned, buried, and still, it survived. In 1945, the jar was found. Did the world stop? No. The world had just crawled out of a global war. Nobody had time for a forbidden gospel. The codices got smuggled out, sold piecemeal on the black market. One page was reportedly burned for cooking fuel. The knowledge nearly went up in flames a second time. A complete English translation wasn't published until 1977. Why the delay? The Cold War. Two superpowers telling their people the same thing in different words. You're incomplete. We'll complete you. One through capitalism, one through communism. Imagine those texts hitting shelves in the middle of that. With their message of no middleman, you are the temple. You can see why it sat in storage so long. You can't permanently suppress knowledge, but you can control its timing, for a while. Then came the 21st century. Gnosis meets the internet. PDFs, YouTube. The jar cracked open again, this time globally. And something interesting happened. Culture started asking the same questions, all over again, all at once. The Matrix arrives in 1999. Neo takes the red pill, asks what's real. The Gnostics asked the same question 1800 years earlier. Physicists start floating the idea that the universe might be a hologram. The Gnostics called this world a shadow. Islamic tradition carries a saying, you are in a dream and you will wake. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe certain questions are born again in every era, because a question that's never answered never really goes quiet. 1600 years ago, a monk buried that jar with a prayer. May the one who deserves it find it. You found it. Call it algorithm. Call it coincidence if you want. But Thomas has a second saying worth sitting with. Let the one who seeks not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be troubled. When they are troubled, they will marvel, and they will rule over all things. Somewhere in the last few minutes, did something feel oddly familiar? The Gnostics might call that Sophia's signal. Science might call it pattern recognition. Faith might call it a moment of insight. Whatever it was there, and you're still here. The jar is empty now. What came out of it? A false god who thought he was the only one. A fallen goddess. A serpent that said, wake up. A Jesus laughing above his own cross. A spark that makes you. The year is 1945. The institutional church said, you are my servant. The Gnostic said, you are my sibling. Yaldabaoth said, obey. Sophia said, remember, the choice has been the same for 2,000 years. It's the same today. The only difference is this. The jar is in your hands now, not theirs. No one can hide it from you. No one can burn it. No one can bury it again. It's too late for that. In 367 AD, one monk disobeyed an order. Instead of burning the books, he buried them and whispered, "May the one who deserves it find it." We found it. So here's the only question left. Do we keep going?